Welcome back to Crypto Toronto. In today's video, we'd like to discuss Cardano, how it's currently performing and what we could expect within the upcoming hours and days. Therefore, I would like to get started, but before doing so, I would highly appreciate if you could follow me at Twitter at ThoroughCrypto. So do not forget to do so. It will be highly appreciated and you will be supporting the channel by doing so. So yeah, let's get started on what we are currently seeing on Cardano. Well, for sure, what I think is absolutely important is that we were seeing multiple touch points below this descending resistance, and right now we are clearly seeing that breakout occur above it, and perhaps we are going to see right now a major move getting started, heading all the way towards the $1.58. The reason why is because that is the beginning of this descending resistance, and therefore this is as well the breakout target. So if we are going to experience even more increase, it is very likely that we are going to reach this range. So that is something I wanted to say right away. What I think is important is that we are clearly seeing a breakout outside of this pattern. As I said previously, this was for sure something that we wanted to see further continuation towards the upside within the upcoming weeks, instead of a rejection or a decline towards the 0.90 cents range underneath us at 1 Fibonacci. So right now I'm actually quite glad about this price action. What I think is good to know is that we still have to see a further 35% increase within the upcoming days to see actually our price target getting reached. But what does concern me in the immediate short term is that if I place a volume range profile from swing high towards swing low, you can clearly see that at approximately $1.37, we will actually be seeing a major level of resistance. So therefore, it is highly likely that we are going to get rejected underneath this range, head back down, find support on top of the ranges where we are currently trading at, and perhaps afterwards head towards that $1.58 direction. So it won't be a parabolic run-up, if in my personal opinion. I personally think that we will get rejected, find support, and head straight back further, creating once more a higher low and a higher high. So that would be absolutely marvelous actually. Well, this being said, I would like to go straight away towards the immediate short term. What I think is absolutely important is that we did actually see a breakout occur, but what I think is actually quite bad to see is that we are getting rejected underneath this previous range, where we did as well clearly see resistance underneath, and as well of course support on top. But I think that being rejected actually underneath this level where we actually traded previously is quite a sign of weakness in this movement towards the upside. Of course, it is a major movement towards the upside, so we could expect this, but I would have seen preferably a move above this range at $1.22 and staying on top of it before heading even further. Because right now, if I enable the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we are getting rejected by it once we tried to actually break out above it. This is not giving me the confidence that we are going to be able to see that further increase and that major breakout occur. So right now, I think it is crucial for Cardano's price action to actually see a further increase and stay strong above the $1.22 range. Otherwise, it could be quite likely that we are going to head straight back down, and it would still be great if we do hold strong on top of this previous descending resistance and do right now, instead of resistance underneath, find support on top of this area. So that would be actually quite great. And what I think is good to know that $1.15, we did find support on top of this range. So therefore, if we do see a decline towards this range, we could hold strong on top of this area and see afterwards that movement above the $1.22 taking place and a further increase assured. So that is something I wanted to show you right away. And what I think is important as well is that on the 1-hourly time frame, we did actually see a crossover above the EMA ribbon. Therefore, if we do right now see a further decline heading towards the $1.18 range, we will be seeing a level of support underneath us. So that is looking actually quite good to me for sure. Right now, as I've said previously, most important thing to see is actually a movement above the $1.22 and a stronghold getting found on top of this area before heading towards the $1.37 range, where we will be seeing or expecting major resistance above us. Well, this being said, I would like to enable right away the MACD on both the 1-hourly and 4-hourly time frame. What we're clearly seeing on the 1-hourly time frame is that we already experienced momentum towards the upside. Therefore, right now we are seeing a momentum decline taking place, and as well we are heading towards a crossover. This is actually not something I am looking forward to, especially because we are actually going to see this crossover occur, and it could perhaps lead towards a retest on top of the $1.15 range, but it could also lead towards a breakdown even further down towards a touch point on top of this descending support. But if we do not hold strong on top of this range and instead break down below this range once again, it would be quite devastating for this breakout. So perhaps it could be a fake out and we could stay once more inside of this pattern for an even longer period of time. So for sure, this crossover is very significant on the 1 hourly time frame. If we take a look at the 4 hourly time frame, what I think is actually very good to see is that we already experienced major momentum towards the upside and we have not seen any type of momentum decline yet. So if we are going to experience a crossover on the 1 hourly time frame, what I think is of utmost importance is to hold strong on top of the $1.15 range, this horizontal level of support, due to the fact that if we hold strong on top of this area, perhaps we are going to see a decline on the 4 hourly MACD. But what I think is absolutely most important is that if we do hold strong long enough, we will start seeing once more momentum towards the upside on the 1 hourly time frame taking place. So therefore we could see as well a continuation of this momentum towards the upside on the 4 hourly time frame and see that major breakout here above the $1.22 that I've been discussing previously during this video. Well, lastly, I would like to take a look at the RSI on both time frames as well. And what I think is absolutely a inconvenience so far is that we are seeing a bearish divergence on the 4 hourly time frame. The reason why is because we are clearly seeing this lower high on the chart and we are seeing this higher high on the RSI. So this is clearly a bearish divergence. So therefore we could see, well, this decline taking place. But as I've said previously, we must see a stronghold getting found on top of the $1.15 range. Otherwise, it is highly likely that we're going to see a further decline. And if we do not hold strong on top of this descending support, breaking down below it, this entire breakout would not be confirmed and it would be seen as a fake out. So therefore, right now, I am actually monitoring this very closely and seeing if we will be able to hold strong on top of this $1.15 range within the upcoming hours on Cardano, because this would be still a very bullish sign. If we do see a further decline underneath it, I would be more doubtful about the price action. Lastly, on the 1 hourly time frame, what I think is absolutely important is that we did see a breakout here above this dotted line. So therefore we could have seen and expected a decline in price action. So that is something I think is quite good to see so far. And what I think is even more important is that we are actually, if we zoom out a bit further, seeing the very first minor bullish divergence taking place. The reason why is because we are still seeing a higher low on the chart, and in the immediate short term we have been creating a lower low on the RSI. Therefore, this is a bullish divergence, and this is actually giving me confidence that if we break down even further towards the $1.15 range, we could see a bigger bullish divergence playing itself out on the 1 hourly time frame, and as well a further decline in its strength. So therefore a stronghold might be created where we traded previously, underneath and as well on top. So therefore I'm actually quite confident that if we do hold strong on top of this area, a further increase and movement towards the upside is highly likely to occur. So this is what I wanted to discuss today during Cardano's price action. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, it would be highly appreciated if you could place those thumbs ups down below, due to the fact that the channel will be benefiting from it. So thank you very much guys, and have a nice day.